So AFS, Joseph, CK, you guys are here with us at the Media Suite, and we're going to talk about your cartridges, apparently the Keurig of CRC. So give me a rundown of who you guys are, what you do, and we'll go from there.
So we're Absolute Filtration Systems. To put it simple, we do disposable color remediation cartridges. Think of it as a Keurig K-Cup, very interchangeable, disposable, pre-packed, pre-filled, with proven time-tested media blends that are actually licensed out to extraction artists in the industry. And that's our way of giving back to the industry. You guys have done all the work and the formulations that work and you've done for years. We're just pre-packaging it, taking that hazardous aspect out of labs, of packing
powders,
medias
yeah.
and having powders in your extract all in one room and that kind of thing.
Cool. And when you say licensing, so an extractor can come to you and say, "Hey, I want this blend," and you'll put that in the pack for them, or?
Yep. And then we have like a testing program that we'll send out to some of our customers that have been long time customers, and they'll test it, and we'll make sure, hey, this is actually a blend that would be worth our time and worth all of the packaging, and we can do custom packaging and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not just testing it on your consumer base,
right? Yeah,
blindly.
We don't want to make everybody a blend, and then
sorry guys, it didn't work out.
Yeah,
good thinking. And you're telling me you're based out of Colorado?
Yep, Colorado Springs.
Cool. And where can people find AFS? Like, what's the best place to purchase your product?
So we have an online store, afsfilter.com. We're big presence on Instagram and YouTube. We have Instagram daily updates, filter, like if we have new blends or something, we push that, or new aspects of our filter, and just explaining different adaptions and that kind of thing to go into extraction systems. And then our YouTube is a lot of the same stuff. It's just more short videos of, you can actually lay your eyes on, this is how to do it. This is like, we have a pre-packaging one, like before you use, this is the best way to do it, and just kind of how-to videos and explaining exactly and showing exactly how to.
And we've got some distributors like BVV is one of our distributors, and we're reaching out. We're working with a few others that we're trying to get aligned with now.
Right on.
To actually get more distributors out there.
And so you guys sell this replaceable cartridge goes inside of a specific column, right? Is it like a special one that's for your cartridge?
Yes, there's special sizes. Basically, it's just a standard column. We have 2.5 inch, 4 inch, and 6 inch. There's a specific height that the filter, the strainer plate on the bottom needs to be at, just to support the bottom of the cup. But we actually give away the CAD files for those columns, because a lot of like BVV, they'll make their own since they've got their own stainless manufacturers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and imagine if it was a little long, you could stuff some stainless wool in the bottom until it hit the
as long as you've got enough support on the bottom to keep the bottom, because the bottom of the cup's plastic.
Of course, so it's just to hold that up.
Yeah, it's just to hold that up and support that. That's all it is. But aside from that, it fits into a standard tri-clamp. In fact, the top of the cup is the actual gasket seal for the tri-clamp.
Yeah, cool. And so it's a plastic cup, you said, and it's got a lid that gets perforated when you put the...
Just peel the lid off.
You peel the lid off before you're going to go. So you're doing mixes of powders in these little packages. Do you have any issues with like transportation, settling, any of your mixes settling out, or do you know?
A little bit.
Shake it before you use it?
Well, no, you want to actually pack it down. You want a nice tight pack on there.
Okay.
If it comes loose, then you have problems with channeling and stuff like that.
Of course.
We pack them really well there, but a lot of times, it's going in USPS, and the UPS.
Drop kicked it too.
Oh, yeah. Ace Ventura,
they don't
rolling
care.
it down the hallway. So we have filter packers that actually pack it down more, and then the new thing that we've just got done with is there are actually inserts that'll go in. So once we get done putting the media in it, there's an insert that'll go in with that'll hold the pack together. Plus, it's got another 5-micron filter paper on the top side of it. So that way, when you do open it, it also prevents
that's what I was going to ask.
anything from coming out.
Sure.
And then you could put it in your vacuum ovens and actually vacuum them down and dehumidify them.
Prep them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without worrying about getting the media flowing out into your vacuum pumps and that.
So you guys come from an extraction background yourselves, or what were you doing before you were doing this?
Mostly manufacturing on my side. Actually started off in automotive. So I'm partners in automotive. We do a lot of fabrication on turbo kits and stuff like that for a lot of the LS-based vehicles.
Very cool.
And then that kind of morphed into the extraction side, and then I started helping out some of the engineering side with Anion, and then that
Okay.
kind of from there evolved into AFS. And
What are your guys' titles at AFS?
I'm a managing partner.
Okay.
And
And I'm sales and marketing.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. The only, there's a couple concerns that I have with it, and it revolves around trash and waste, which is a concern in cannabis. As far as waste goes, you're on like the low end compared to like single-use packaging that we're forced to use. That's the big problem, but it's a trade-off, right? Like, yes, we're safer in the lab, have a cleaner process now because there's no cross-contamination, but we also have this piece of plastic that we're throwing away all the time. What I've seen on the Keurig, where people ran into that same issue, people started making aftermarket, and I think Keurig now makes it too, with the little stainless, and so it's kind of full circle back around to where you started, but that was kind of an interesting one. I think we had spoken about before, and I had talked to you about maybe a Sendak program, but the problem there is costs, transportation costs, and we see that in the gas side of the industry where you're going to send your tank back, it's got to go get cleaned, so you've got these DOT transportation costs that most other companies
and
are
then
interested
a carbon footprint of shipping it.
Exactly,
And
and then so is
and
this better? It's like throwing away your plastic or recycling it, which is worse. It's hard to tell.
and that's why we did polypropylene with them, is because it is 100% recyclable.
Cool.
So you can recycle them. As far as like a send-back program, we haven't figured out a good solution for that.
I think I'll link you up. There's a guy who's running a recycling program in Oregon, and it's if any of your cannabis stuff came in a single-use plastic, like the pop tubes for the doob tubes or whatever, and a bunch of other things, he's set up a recycling facility. And it might be interesting, obviously it's going to be expensive, but I bet you could convince your customers, hey, save up 10 of these, ship them in. And what would be the way to do it would be if you send 10 in, we've got a 10% coupon on your next order or something, because the marketing from that is then worth it. And at least you're trying then. And he does direct recyclables and then turns it back into recycled single-use product for the cannabis industry. So that's kind of cool.
Very cool.
I've seen people trying to recycle the vape carts, but the best one I've seen is they take them all and they do like abstract art with it. So then at least it's not just polluting the ocean or whatever. You guys have been around for a couple years now. How?
How
Just
long has it been?
2 years at
Like
least?
almost just
Pre-pandemic?
yeah,
Yeah.
right before the
Yeah,
pandemic.
it was 2 years ago at the last MG. That's when we actually
Yeah,
first
2019.
released the cartridges, I think, there.
All right. How's business been?
It's been pretty good.
Still here.
Yeah.
So that's something. Nice, yeah. I guess you don't really have a whole lot of like pre-COVID to now, because that for a lot of businesses was a huge transition. So you kind of came in right in the middle of it. So I mean, if you succeeded then it's on you if you fail otherwise.
Right.
Well, and it's funny because we get to see a lot of the different markets. So like Vegas, like a lot of our customers out here, they took a real big hit with the COVID.
Sure,
but then
tourism.
a lot of the other customers, all over the rest, exploded.
Washington
Yeah,
exploded,
yeah, because everybody's sitting at home.
Yeah,
and
with government money buying
Yeah.
weed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes
Yeah.
sense that their market would be so much tourist driven here, and there's no tourists. Yeah, that is interesting. The real benefit of Vegas of this is that everybody's here. Are you guys in the gang? Are you gang affiliates?
We joined up, and I've been on the forum a few times, but it's
Okay.
mainly just to ask questions or
Sure.
to answer questions and that people have when they're
Yeah.
talking about. I don't want to get on there and be like, "Look at me, I got the new product, and I'm the best." And
That's a quick way to fail
get
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a quick way to fail.
It's like we're just a packaging company, so
Sure.
I'm not trying to like, hey, we have the best CRC. Most of the guys actually on the forum are where that was originally derived from.
Sure. And so that you got the forum and then you got the Good Life Gang, and they're two separate entities. So one of the benefits of being an affiliate is that you'll get first dibs at the option to sponsor these kind of events. And it's always optional. You're always more than welcome to come to any of the events, regardless of whether you pay for the sponsorship or not. So you and the whole team. We've got a party tomorrow night if you guys...
Where's that at?
It's just like 5 minutes south of the airport. I can send you the address. So make sure you get
Okay.
the information. It starts at 7 tomorrow. I'll put you guys on the
Sweet.
list if you want to come.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a pleasure talking with you guys.
Yeah.
You as well.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.